Hey, welcome once again, gentle folks. Thank you for joining me for another video for your World Cup game predictions and betting tips. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and thank you for subscribing to my channel. Also, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe and click the notification bell, and also share these videos on your social media pages so that your friends can come in and join in on the fun as well. Alright then, let's head straight into then for game day. We're going to do today. We're at day 8 and 9. So I'm going to give you the predictions here, and we're going to start with Japan versus Costa Rica. And for this game, I'm expecting Japan to take care of business. And in terms of both teams scoring, I'm going to say yes, both teams score. And in terms of a combination bet, you would go with either team to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline now, I'm saying here Japan to win this one 3-1. In terms of the handicap system, I'll go ahead and take Japan to win by a goal. Alright, so recapping predictions for Japan versus Costa Rica, I'm expecting Japan to win, expecting both teams to score as well. In terms of a combination bet, I'll say either to win and both to score. Predicted scoreline 3-1 in favor of Japan, and on the handicap system, I'm going to go ahead and take Japan to win this one by a goal as well. Alright, so let's jump to our next game, and our next game is Belgium versus Morocco. And for Belgium versus Morocco, I'm expecting Belgium to get past Morocco here. It's not going to be easy though. Belgium to win against Morocco. Both teams not to score. In terms of correct scoreline, I'm saying 2-0 here in favor of Belgium. And so recapping the predictions for Belgium versus Morocco, I'm expecting Belgium to win. Both teams not to score. Predicted scoreline 2-0 in favor of Belgium. And so we move on to our next game, and our next game is Croatia versus Ghana. Canada rather. Croatia versus Canada. And for Croatia versus Canada, I'm expecting Croatia to handle business here, and both teams not to score. Predicted scoreline, I'm saying Croatia to win this one 3-0. Otherwise, I think it might be 2. So that's that for this game, and let me just give you the recap here for Croatia versus Canada. I'm expecting Croatia to win, both teams not to score. Correct scoreline for me 3-0 in favor of Croatia. And also for Spain versus Germany, this is now a big clash. Two former World Cup champions, and this is going to be an interesting matchup, I do believe. And they played earlier this year. I don't remember who won, but it was a high scoring game if memory serves me correctly. I don't think it's going to be this way here in the World Cup too. But this one should be close, and I wouldn't be surprised if it ends in a draw, to be honest with you. Yeah. So for this game, Germany versus Spain, I'm expecting this one to end in the draw. Expecting both teams to score. In terms of correct scoreline, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to say here we're going to have a 2-all draw. Alright, so recapping predictions for Spain versus Germany, I'm expecting this one to be in a draw. Expecting also both teams to score. In terms of correct scoreline, I'm going to say we should have a 2-all draw here. Alright, so let's move ahead to our next game, and our next game is Cameroon versus Serbia. And for Cameroon versus Serbia, this one is going to be another interesting one too. As I say, I'm not expecting a whole lot of goals in these games in the World Cup, and so it should be a close one for both teams. And so therefore, I'm going to say here I'm going to take Serbia to win this one, but it's not going to be easy. So Serbia to win here. I'm saying Serbia to win by a goal. Alright, both teams not to score. So recapping predictions for Serbia versus Cameroon, I'm expecting Serbia to win, and I'm saying Serbia to win here by a goal. And I'm also not expecting both teams to win. Alright, so those are my predictions for Cameroon versus Serbia. Alright, so right then, our next game would be South Korea versus Ghana. And for South Korea versus Ghana, this is going to be an interesting matchup somewhat. Sun should be back by then for this game, and so therefore it's going to be I think this one is going to be anybody's game, but it's going to be another low scoring affair, I do believe. And so therefore I wouldn't be surprised if certain things happen in this game. Alright, and so I'm going to say here both teams not to score. In terms of a winner, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take South Korea to win this game. In terms of correct score, I'm going to say here South Korea to win this one. 2-0, alright? So, recapping predictions for South Korea versus Ghana. I'm expecting both teams not to score. In terms of a winner, I'm going to take South Korea to win this game. And in terms of correct score, I'm saying South Korea to win this one 2-0. Alright, so those are my predictions for South Korea versus Ghana. Now we're going to move right along on over to Brazil versus Switzerland. And Brazil versus Switzerland. Brazil, expecting Brazil should have been warmed up by this stage, and so I'm not going to say it should be smooth sailing for them against Switzerland, but I do expect them to beat Switzerland. And I'm saying here both teams won't score. In terms of a correct score, I'm going to say Brazil to win this one 3-0. And so I'm going to recap our predictions for Brazil versus Switzerland. Now I'm expecting Brazil to win, both teams not to score. I'm expecting Brazil to win this one 3-0. Alright, so those are my predictions for Brazil versus Switzerland. And next we're going to move on over to our next game. And our next game is, this is the final game for game day 8 of the World Cup. And this one is Portugal versus Uruguay. And so Portugal, they have to going to be on the lookout for in this game, because it's not, Uruguay is not going to be an easy team to beat, to former World Cup champions, and they tend to do well at the tournaments. But as I said to you earlier in earlier videos, Portugal, and they have a really great team on paper. And if Cristiano can manage to find that form in the World Cup, yeah, then it's going to be even better. They just need to organize themselves and play a little bit better as a team, yeah, and then I think they'll make the way all the way to the semi-final, and who can tell, they might end up in the finals, yeah. How interesting it would be if you have a Messi versus Ronaldo in the final, yeah. But at the end of the day, let's jump back into the predictions. And for this game now, I'm expecting this one to end in a draw, and I'm going to say both teams to score. In terms of correct scoreline, I'm going to go 1-1. All right, so recapping predictions for Portugal versus Uruguay, I'm expecting this one to be a draw, expecting both teams to score, and my correct scoreline is 1-1. Alright, and that's how the cookie crumbles for day 8 to 9 of the World Cup. And I must thank you very much for your time, and thank you for tuning into my videos, and I wish you best of luck in your betting. And as I say, head out and try and take those bets early before the odds change and before the odds reduce, yeah. And so therefore, I wish you happy betting, and have a great rest of the day. Alright, then, tap.
I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could be a little tough. I just need to feel like the end's in sight for me, but let's be really real, anxiety can foggy all this stuff. I've been feeling weird, I can't seem to focus good enough. Nothing's really clear, sometimes it could